Today is a truly special day because it is February 29th, and this day only happens once every 4 years, as 2024 is a leap year. So for everybody who is celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday. Leave me a note in the comments if it is your birthday and what you plan on doing. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video because I have a bonus of things that I will actually be buying this year, and some of the things on this list might surprise you, so stick around for that. These are the 35 things that I will not be buying or paying for in 2024. So starting with number 1, streaming services and cable. I haven't had cable for, I can't even keep track now, maybe about 12 years. I got rid of my TV years ago, and I've had TV since then, but kind of had them and got rid of them. So I don't watch any cable, and I don't have any streaming services either. I just watch YouTube. YouTube is my form of entertainment, and I'm totally fine with that. So I have an internet connection, and that is really all that I need. Number 2 on this list is Amazon Prime, and I put that in a separate category than streaming services because I feel like Amazon Prime is like its own thing, and that is something that I will not be paying for this year. Number 3 are subscriptions. So besides Prime and streaming services, what I'm talking about when I say subscriptions is things like, what is that company that I get ads for all the time? FabFitFun. At one point I was also subscribed to Ipsy, which is a cosmetic subscription service, and every month I would get a makeup bag full of makeup, and I still have tons of makeup and creams and stuff from that. I did get rid of a lot, but I still have a bunch. I think it was around 20 something dollars a month Canadian. Any sort of reoccurring payment that comes out of my bank account every month, I will not be paying for as far as services and products. Except for Canva. I do subscribe to Canva, but I get a lot of use out of Canva. I use it for editing my videos and for thumbnails and that sort of thing. Number 4 is gym memberships. My goal this year is to go on more walks, be out in nature. I actually live at the top of a hill, and down the hill is where the waterfront is, and downtown in my small town where I live. So I know that walking up and down that hill in the summer is going to help get my heart rate going, and hopefully that will improve my health and help me lose some weight. Number 5 is extra data for my phone. I currently have 3 gigabytes of data. I had 4, and I was paying around $60 a month. And I went on the website for my phone provider and found a deal for 3 gigabytes for $35 a month. So of course I snatched that up. So I currently have 3 gigabytes of data. With tax, my bill comes up to around $39, and that is perfect for me. I would prefer my phone bill to be a little bit lower, but that's probably the lowest that I'm going to get. Number 6 is fancy ingredients for fancy recipes. Now, when I say fancy, I know it's probably not fancy to some people, but I'm used to cooking with the same types of ingredients. And as a frugal person, I don't want to buy ingredients that I'm not familiar with to try new things, because if it doesn't work out, if it tastes bad, or I just don't like the way that I made it, then I'm not going to eat it, and I've wasted all of those ingredients. So I'm just going to stick with what I know, and I will experiment a little bit. For instance, I tried making bread the other day. It was a sticky disaster. It's just, I've never made bread before, so it was very challenging for me, but I think I spent probably pennies for the sugar. I used 1 egg, and the flour was about $1, $1.50. So that's something that I'm willing to spend money on to practice, because I really do want to get good at baking bread. Number 7 of things I will not be buying in 2024 is meal delivery services. I don't actually think we have meal delivery services where I am. I just moved a few months ago, and it is a very small town. I know that there is one pizza shop in town that does deliver, but I will not be getting delivery for food from anywhere. It's just not worth it for me. Number 8 is spice blends. So for instance, like taco seasoning, I have in my cupboard all the spices that I need to make taco seasoning. I find that those pre-made blends usually have a lot of additives in them, and I feel like I can make a better one with what I have in my cupboard, so I will not be buying spice blends. Number 9 is salad dressings. The same with salad dressings, they have all kinds of stuff in them. I don't consider myself a super healthy person. I just find it easier to make my own dressing with oils and a soft cheese and some seasoning, salt and pepper. I have all those things anyways, and I find it just tastes better to make my own, and it's easier and it costs less. So number 10 is fast food and takeout. This one is a little bit tough for me. So I live in rural Ontario and I work about 30 minutes away from where I live. And I don't do this anymore, but years ago, when I did live in town where I work, I had the worst habit of picking up takeout on the way home. I would work nights and I would just pick it up and I would go home and I would eat it and I would go to bed. And this was just doing absolutely nothing for me. In the moment, it was great because I was tired and I was hungry because I hadn't eaten since probably lunchtime. And at this time it would have been 9, 10, sometimes 11. But in the morning I had what I call a food hangover, where I would just feel sluggish, my stomach was upset, and also besides not feeling great, I was spending all this extra money on takeout. And so I just decided this year that I'm gonna cut out takeout completely. I cook at home. It is way better for my health and it is much, much cheaper. Number 11 on the list of things I am not buying in 2024 is craft supplies. So one of my hobbies is crafting. I like to make journals and I have so much stuff. And I didn't realize how much stuff I had until I moved and I had to physically put it in boxes and move it all. And in 2020, during the C virus, I was laid off and I did quite a bit of online shopping. I think out of boredom and anxiety, and everything was just so uncertain. And when I would buy something, of course, I'd get that dopamine hit and I just enjoyed sort of collecting items. So I collected a lot of craft supplies. So I have lots. I have enough for, I'd say probably years worth of craft supplies to use for my hobby. So I will not be buying any craft supplies in 2024 unless I run out of something like glue or my scissors break or something like that. Then I'll be buying those things, but other than that, I will not be buying any craft supplies. Number 12 is notebooks, pens, stationery, stickers. So I know what you're probably thinking, Loretta, you're 43 years old, why are you buying stickers? But let me explain. So I have a planner, I have a physical planner, I also have a digital planner, but I really enjoy using my physical planner and I love decorating it. It's just something I like doing. Stickers, washi, I open it up and I don't always decorate it. It's mostly for the intended purpose, which is to plan my day and keep track of things such as bills and that sort of stuff, my plant watering schedule. But I also do like decorating it. When I was spending all kinds of money on craft supplies, I was also spending money on stationery and stickers. And so I have enough, like I said, to probably last me years. So I will not be buying any more pretty nice pens or pretty notebooks. And what I will be buying though is a planner at the end of the year for 2025, but I don't consider that as frivolous because I get a lot of use out of that during the year. Number 13 is packaged greeting cards. So like the box of Christmas cards, for instance, that you write out and send to people. I haven't sent greeting cards in quite a few years. I'm not sure if they're appreciated. I feel like people probably just throw them out. I do make handmade cards for certain family members and friends at times, but as far as packaged greeting cards, I will not be purchasing those. And the price of those is quite expensive these days, unless you go to a dollar store and pick one up for a couple bucks. To get them in any other store, like a specialty store, it's almost $10 for a greeting card. And I feel like that's a lot. I'd rather buy somebody a coffee or something else for $10, make them some cupcakes or make them a meal, something like that. Number 14 is laundry strips, pods, fabric softener, and scent beads. So where I lived before here, I had a communal laundry room that was not on the same floor as my apartment. So I had to lug everything to the laundry room, and I would buy those laundry strips because I figured that they were easier to transport. But now I have a washer and dryer in my home, so I'm able to buy a huge jug of laundry detergent. I get at a store called Canadian Tire, and here in Canada, it's where you can get your car service, you can buy tires, tools, laundry detergent. It's just a massive department store. You can buy a whole bunch of stuff. So I paid $23 for this huge jug of detergent, and that lasts me, actually I don't know how long it lasts me because I just moved, so we'll see. I will let you know how long that lasts me. Hopefully a good part of the year. I would say the rest of the year. Laundry pods, I find those to be a waste of money, those little plastic things too. And fabric softener, I've never used in my life. When we were kids growing up, I remember my mom used to use it, but I don't like the scent of those things, so I've never bought it. And I used to use dryer sheets, but I stopped using those about 10 years ago, so I will not be buying any of those things. Number 15 is scented plugins and Febreze or any sort of room air freshener. I don't find that they freshen at all. I find the scents to be so overwhelming. It hurts my stomach, they hurt my head, and I think they're a waste of money. Number 16 on the list of things I will not be buying in 2024 is commercial cleaners or pre-made cleaners. So I make my own all-purpose cleaner, and I also make my own mirror and window cleaner. I got the recipe from someone else on YouTube, and it was years ago, and I can't remember where I got the recipe from. I'm sorry, I cannot give credit, but if you are interested, let me know and I'll make a video on how I make my own house cleaners. Number 17 is home decor from retail stores. So things like vases or just any sort of knickknack or home decor. If there's something that I want, or I'm not going to say need because I don't need home decor, but if there's something that I'm looking for, then I'm going to try the thrift store first. Or if I see something at the thrift store that I really, really love, I have to really, really love it. It's not just, oh, that's cute, I'm going to buy it. I have to really, really love it. And it also has to be very reasonably priced. But as far as brand new home decor from retail stores, I will not be buying those things. Number 18 on this list is an Apple Watch. I feel like everybody has one, so I thought I'd put this on the list, but I don't need it and I'm not gonna buy one. Number 19 is brand new books. I say brand new books because if I see a book that I'm interested or that I've had my eye on in a thrift store for a couple bucks, I will definitely buy it. I may even donate it after I've bought it. I've done that before with books. I don't like to keep too much clutter around if I can avoid it. So I will not be spending money on any brand new books. Number 20 is pets, or I should say new pets. I currently have 2 turtles that I've had for 13 years. They can become very expensive critters, and I don't want to take on the responsibility and cost of a new pet, so no new pets in the household this year. Number 21 is uncomfortable shoes. So last year I was having a lot of problems with my feet. I work on my feet all day long, and I went to see a foot specialist, and he recommended some shoes that I bought that are quite supportive that I wear. They're not the prettiest shoes, but they do support my feet, and I do some stretches to help my foot issues. It has been helping, but even if I didn't have these problems, I really don't like walking around in uncomfortable shoes. I've done that in my 20s and even in my 30s, probably to save money or because they were cute, even though they hurt my feet. So moving forward, I will not be purchasing any uncomfortable shoes. Comfort all the way, no matter what the cost. Number 22 is special clothing for specific events. So if I am invited to a wedding or I'm going to a party, I'm not gonna buy a special dress or outfit for that event. I have a couple of dresses already in my closet that are perfectly fine, and I have lots of clothes. Some of my clothes are very old. I actually think that this shirt is almost 10 years old. I purchased it in Thailand. And yes, my clothes are older, but a lot of them are nice. I have some clothes that I bought a couple of years ago that are great quality that I know are gonna last forever. So I don't need to buy any clothes for specific events. And I also don't need to buy any clothes in general this year. So I guess number 23, needless to say, would be name brand clothing. And what I mean by name brand clothing is anything that has a label on it. So like to buy a piece of clothing just because it says the name of some designer. I've never been the kind of person who buys something just because of the label. If you do, no judgment for people that do that. It's just never been something that's important to me. Number 24 is contact lenses, glasses, or contact solution. A month and a half ago, I got LASIK eye correction and I no longer need to wear glasses or contacts, and therefore I don't need the solution to store the contact lenses, so I will not be buying that in 2024. Number 25 is tampons and pads. Ladies, if you are not using a menstrual cup, I highly recommend it. You're going to save yourself a lot of money on purchasing pads and tampons, so I will not be buying those in 2024 because I don't need them. Number 26 is nail polish and nail polish remover. I keep my nails pretty plain. I work with my hands at my day job and also around the house, and just in my spare time I use my hands quite a bit, and my nails are not very strong, so I just keep them short so that they don't split and break, and I keep them unpolished because I just don't see the point in painting my nails if it's just going to chip the next day. Number 27 is experimental makeup. In the past, I would see something that looks pretty. I would like the color of an eyeshadow or a lip gloss or some new highlighter and pick it up, and then when I tried it on, I didn't love it and it would just end up going to waste. I have my favorites, so I have my favorite foundation that I use and highlighter, blush, mascara as well, which I haven't been wearing because of my LASIK operation. I wasn't able to wear anything in my eye area, so I'm going to start wearing it again soon, but I haven't for the last little while. But I do have my favorites, and when I run out, I just repurchase them, and I know what I'm getting, and I am not wasting my money when I just get the same thing over and over again. Number 28 is shaving cream. I find that regular bar soap does the job perfectly. Number 29 is mouthwash. I used to buy mouthwash, and then I just found that the taste was a little bit overpowering. I haven't really found one that I liked. What I do recommend, if you haven't tried, is a tongue scraper. It just freshens up everything, and it is one of the best purchases that I have got for my oral care in the past couple of years. So that brings me to number 30 on the list, which is toothbrushes and floss. I get all that stuff when I go to the dentist every 6 months. I get a supply of toothbrushes, floss, everything I need, so I don't need to purchase that. Number 31 is hair mousse, hairspray, hair gel. I used to use hairspray, but I just find it, I don't like the smell. It's sticky. I've tried a bunch of different ones. I know there are some good ones out there, and Personally, for myself, I just don't have any use for those things. I don't see value in them. I wash my hair every second day, and I just use an inexpensive shampoo, and I let my hair air dry, and I just straighten it. Sometimes I just put it up in a bun, depending on what I'm doing that day. Number 32 is plastic water bottles and to-go or travel coffee mugs. I just don't really see the purpose of taking a beverage with me. I'm not really gone long enough, I don't think, to have to carry around a beverage. I'd rather just sit and drink a beverage. I drink water throughout the whole day. And when I say plastic water bottles, I do buy a few throughout the year. If I am traveling or going on a road trip, then I will buy a bottle of water to have throughout the trip. What I mean is like the cases of water bottles that you get. I have a Brita filter and I just drink filtered water from the tap, so I will not be purchasing those things. Number 33 is Airbnbs. Let me know in the comments what you think about Airbnbs. I used to use the service quite a bit when I would travel in the past. I just find that they are getting quite expensive, and the demands of things that they're looking for their guests are quite high. And with a hotel, you just kind of check in and check out and do your thing. And I just find the service a lot better in hotels. And actually the price of Airbnbs are similar, if not more, than hotels. Also with hotels, they have point systems where you get points for staying at certain places. So I will not be paying for any Airbnbs in 2024. And so that also brings me to number 34, which is vacations. And what I mean is like long extended vacations. I will be taking a few mini trips this year. One will be to my hometown of Toronto to visit some friends and family, but I will be staying with them, so I won't need to pay for a hotel on that trip. I'll just be paying my gas and, you know, for a few other things. But vacations, as in long extended vacations where I need to take an airplane, I will not be going in 2024. The last thing on the list of things I will not be buying in 2024 is scented candles. Now, I love candles, as you can see. I burn candles all the time. When I'm working, when I'm cleaning, when I'm sitting down and relaxing. I love candles, but I do burn beeswax candles, which I order from a company in British Columbia at the beginning of the year. I actually have a savings fund for candles, and I love burning them. But the scented candles, I find usually like the scent I find very irritating, gives me a little bit of a headache. So I will not be buying any paraffin or soy scented candles. So as promised, the bonus at the end of this video are the things that I will be buying this year. And some of the things on this list might surprise you as somebody who is frugal, but there are just certain things that I need, and I know some things I need, some things I just want, and I know that they will bring me value. So the things that I will be buying this year, number one is a new vehicle. My vehicle is 15 years old and I bought it 10 years ago. So there are things that are starting to go wrong with it and I could use an upgrade. I live in rural Ontario, and like I said, my job is a half an hour away from where I live, and the weather can get pretty bad in the winter here, so a good, reliable vehicle is necessary. So I will be buying a new car this year. The second thing that I'm buying or have bought or paid for is LASIK, as I mentioned, and that was quite expensive at $4,990 for the procedure, which only took about 10 minutes, but so far it has changed my life. I am seeing 2015, and for me, this has a lot of value. It was a great purchase. The next thing that I will be buying, like I said, is candles. I have a savings fund for candles that I'll be buying at the end of the year because I love burning candles and it brings me happiness and peace. Number 4 is a planner. My planner of choice is a Hobonichi from Japan, and I'll probably be spending at least $100, $150 on a planner and some other supplies in December from the Hobonichi website. Number 5 is an air fryer. I've never had an air fryer. I've never had the space for an air fryer, and now I do. And I've heard so many great things. I know that people who have air fryers love them, and I think I would get a lot of value out of that, so I will be buying an air fryer in 2024. The last thing on the list of things that I am buying is flowers and plants. So I live in a space where I'm able to have a garden this year, and I would really like to grow not only flowers but my own vegetables and herbs. So I will be buying seeds and soil and other things that I need for my garden. As far as cut flowers, I enjoy having arrangements all over my house, and every now and then I will purchase a arrangement. I don't spend a lot of money on them. At Walmart or discount grocery stores are quite cheap. I can usually get a bunch of flowers for around $7, and it's one thing that I really enjoy buying and having around my home. This year, I'm on a journey to spend less and save more while thriving and becoming more intentional with my spending. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. And if you like this particular video, please do give it a thumbs up, as it really helps my little channel grow and is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone, and we'll see you in the next video.